Good afternoon on what is a mild, grey and overcast day. It is Friday, February the 3rd, and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea. And a parcel to continue unboxing. So I've pulled out quite a few things from here, including this weird thing, and also this slightly less weird thing, and definitely not weird at all. And below that, another couple of things, just leafing through the packaging. And these all come courtesy of my friend Keith, who is providing the means to ship them to me from the USA. So I appreciate him doing that. And what I have here is the fanzine Downtime in Zyan. Through Ultan's Door presents Activities Between Adventures. Through Ultan's Doors, a series of fanzines describing a dreamlike fantasy setting for use with the old school Renaissance. It comes with its own, basically, very simple description of what it is. It comes with its own illustrations, which are kind of flavoursome and capture some of the feel and strangeness of the setting. There's an explanation. The introduction, the exordium. I am the Viscount Legrand, one of the mole rat people that appear throughout these pages. Since you, honoured reader, hail from foreign shores, allow me to provide you a proper introduction, and so on. And this explains the setting and what happens in Downtime. And let's have a look. And it may even be like, essentially, it may even take on essentially, if you're dealing with mole rats, it's a case it takes on a physical place, a sense of place as well as sort of like your activities. So we have things like, downtime theory, and this is essentially how you use the supplement, the fact that, you have plenty of retro clones, old school essentials, adaptations to the Flame Princess Weird Fantasy Roleplay, Labyrinth Lord, and so on, where you go off and have adventures in the wilderness, go into dungeons, explore them, and put an end to what evil presence might be found there, come back and recuperate, and engage in downtime. And this is what this supplement is all about. It's what you do between adventures. So you've got quite a lengthy discussion of downtime theory. And then, as it says, the system, downtime is a phase of play that happens between adventures, and it begins as soon as the players return, the party returns, so on. During downtime, each character perform activities of daily living and run errands that can be adjudicated on the spot, but it can also perform a downtime action from one of the lists of 10 actions which follows. So, it might be building an institution, so, basically it can be an enterprise, and place of learning, a shop, craftsmen, so on, and what can happen out of that. Cultivating a relationship, so you've got a relationship tracker, and that includes recruiting NPCs as adventuring companions, gathering intelligence, so that's essentially, that might be to do with an ongoing plot, or it might be about the next intended destination for exploration. Of course, learning a skill, so character improvement. Research, and that's always something which is beloved of your wizards and your clerics. Wizards in particular, looking sort of like to increase their repertoire of spells and spell-like abilities. And we've got a good example there, quite lengthy. That's always one of kind of a problem with things like a lot of the old school Renaissance retro clones, is that in comparison, wizards have a good reason to spend their money. They have reason to sort of like invest in researching spells and so on, whereas other characters kind of don't. So this covers some of that, and then of course we have revelry, relaxing, engaging in fun, getting drunk and so on, and we've got a table of mishaps of things that can go wrong, as well as boons that can result from the activities. And then we do actually have a spellcraft option. So wizards hunger to learn ancient mysteries and sorceries and invent their own spells. This is the chance to do so. So you've got rules in here for creating a new spell and what might happen. So you've got magical disaster table. Writing a spell book, so you've got yet more activities for your wizard. Copying a spell book, dealing with splendid artifacts. So that can be making them. But it could also, essentially, if you go back to the research, that might well be into the provenance and abilities of a magical item that you've brought back from your previous adventure. And of course, for the cleric, there are spiritual exercises. Essentially, it's not necessarily for the cleric, but also for the paladin, and to some extent to the druid. Exercises you've got a spiritual exercise tracker, so that you can gain from it, and the more you put in. Spiritual conundrums, so issues that may arise from that activity. Downtime as world building, and essentially here is where you take those bare bones rules, and these are quite detailed rules, within a few pages each. But here is the guidance, essentially how do you begin to use those as part of the world, and sort of like add to the world as the players engage and the characters engage in them. And then lastly, so you've got a full list of options and ideas there, such as let's have a look. Might be adding sort of name the institution that you're building, and potentially rival institutions, the artisans you're naming, and so on. To create secret locations tied to your activities and so on, so that the player characters might be able to find out about them and go and investigate. And lastly, in case you've got a page for sort of like further reading, and this includes the errant supplement, and the further blog sections and so on. So there are numerous old school Renaissance writers and bloggers who are going to have talked about this as well. But here, Ben Laurence, comes up with his own suggestions and ideas for Downtime in Zyan, how it works in his world through Ultan's door. So you've got a short list of further reading, a little bit of a bibliography at the end there, credits, and then a coda from Viscount Legrand, one of the mole rat people. So she's got a forward and an afterward in the fanzine. So that's Downtime in Zyan, and activities between adventures supplements for Ben Lawrence's through Ultan's Door setting, which if you can track down as a series of fanzines, they're well worth it. They have a very sort of essentially a dreamlike, weird feel to them that is just very different to what you expect from your normal fantasy. Anyway, so thanks for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you enjoy it, then please do click on the like button down below, and of course if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you see me out here with a box containing a book or game, or in this case essentially a fanzine, which I will unbox and then chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing the Nook. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.